economics has advanced in the last half century, particularly its insights on how organizations and individuals learn and how technological capabilities are built in economic development. Can it possibly help us think through cancer? The answer is yes. The metaphor of the war on cancer is faulty, as there is no war, and economic theory and methods have changed over time. Both problems present new opportunities to study cancer. The so-called war on cancer began in 1971 with US legislation under President Nixon of the National Cancer Act. It dredged up funding goals towards cancer cure and treatment, creating both institutions and organizations of science and treatment to channel the funding. Alongside the growth of a cancer industry, public health momentum to educate and empower patients also emerged. The costs, pricing, and actors in the war were often discussed. And this idea of a war on cancer has been attractive to many for diverse reasons. However, despite the fact that such fiscal and scientific momentum may have good intent and focused attention on growing trends of cancer incidence, the war on cancer remains a poor metaphor as it dangerously distorts how we think of the dynamic economics and industrial organization in response to cancer. Cancer itself is a mix of complex biological processes. The science of cancer is also a wide mix of hypotheses, clinical procedures, laboratory techniques, analytical and algorithmic strategies, but often with many dead ends. A more fundamental problem, therefore, is that the economics is not of a war, but better understood as an evolving set of institutional combinations and many types of organizations. What type of economics are we referring to?
Now, over the last 40 years, there has been a sea change in economics. One aspect of that has been enormous strides in what is called institutional as well as evolutionary economics. And why this matters is that these theoretical perspectives, of which there are many, have allowed us to develop a language of how economies actually change. What is it that is uncertain? How do we make sense of them? What kind of data should we look at? This is not a simple supply and demand graph. And in fact, a lot of what we tend to think of as equilibrium conditions actually goes straight out the door.
An equilibrium and purely cost-centered approach, or a simplistic language of a war, is misleading because they focus on imprecise and static characterizations of markets and pricing. While prices do matter, there are many policy menu choices for how to deal with them to make low-cost options available. The real answer lies in recognizing how the wider industrial effort of cancer is framed and studied rather than just the end products and services. Institutions are norms, customs, guidelines, standards, regulations, and other laws. Institutional change is a combination of many institutions changing over time. Several ICA team-related publications jump right into these challenges. Market Menagerie, for example, discusses several specific combinations that have influenced India's health industry over time and gives an overview of how to think about country comparisons. Making Medicines in Africa has discussed different country specifics of industrial organization and the difficulties some countries have had in the health industry. Our ongoing edited book on cancer from the ICA team discusses both country and specific cancer problem areas and what the gaps are in economics and policy design. Let's take the institution of procurement. It can be a powerful way to signal policy priorities and solve pressing health issues. Procurement of clinical instruments, screening equipment, or medicines and vaccines is in economic terms a set of rules and guidelines about how to acquire goods and services and ensure safety, quality, affordability, and often also transactional transparency. Procurement is a potential market creating, demand signaling, and technical upgrading system. It can be enormously powerful, highly controversial, ferociously fought over, and frequently corrupt. Policy shifts can mean that the regulations may change, but the norms and customs may not. Or regulations may be strictly adhered to, but the flexibility to identify innovation or quality criteria are missing for cancer. Evolutionary and institutional economics traditions use a range of methods, and they draw on associated traditions from philosophy, psychology, biology, mathematics, and other disciplines. This is useful because many engineering improvements for cancer care or quality improvements in services have to be assessed outside of the traditional science or laboratory R&D paradigms. The war on cancer is a false war. The economics is outdated, and new theoretical approaches, methods, and mixed methods to study technological change now exist. An innovative economy is one which generates new institutional and organizational ways of solving old and long-standing problems and adds to accessible knowledge systems. Thus, it cannot be evaluated solely on whether it is churning out new firms and technologies.
We are currently in a world where customization to local health problems is vital, but there really is a kind of missing industrial and innovation set of assumptions about how firms behave or how organizations adapt to this economic environment. I have argued that the war on cancer is really a poor metaphor. Cancer is a complex biological process. It's not a single target for bellicose action. Science is not organized on war strategy principles. Even missions are not organized in this way. And the winners and losers in a military war really reflect neither the experience nor the choices of cancer patients nor of scientists. And a more fundamental problem that has underlaid the entire war on cancer, the so-called war, is that besides the faulty metaphor, the economics of the so-called war is also faulty. The underlying economics that presupposes that you can even launch this war has really nothing to say about the types of knowledge systems or the learning that underlies certain kinds of economic theories.
Neither the economics nor the biology warrants the metaphor of the war on cancer. Theory, methods, and policy design have a major role to play, and multidisciplinary teams can help. We are moving into an exciting time of better understanding how economic systems can be characterized and how technologies evolve. This is also an opportunity to rework medical, law, economics, science, and engineering training. Be sure to watch the next video and other materials from the ICA India project.